it's Gina. I just wanted to come in and share with you guys a video of my recipe for smothered chicken today. I'm just going to use some frozen chicken breast tenderloins, and I'm just going to share with you how I make it. I do make this several different ways. This is just a quick oven baked way that I do it. So all we're going to do is put the chicken breast tenderloins in the pan and kind of spread them out some, just to make sure that they could be, on top of each other. It's not a big deal, but just kind of to make sure that they're spread out a little. So we're just going to do that, and then I am going to add some seasoning, and I'm just going to use this Tony's seasoning. It's the only thing I'm going to use on this in this particular recipe. So we're just going to sprinkle that over all the chicken breast tenderloins, and then we will and that's the seasoning, and then I will add some peppers and some onion and some butter. And so I'm just gonna show you guys how I do all that. And as you can see, I put a nice amount of seasoning on top because you want your meat to be flavorful. If you know anything, whenever you're dealing with chicken breast or chicken tenders, it's you got to make sure you season it up well to get some good flavor out of it. So yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna put some frozen. These are just frozen, but you can do fresh as well. But I'm just gonna use these frozen ones that I had. Peppers, and I'm gonna actually slice up some onion because I didn't have any more frozen. What I do a lot of times, I don't typically always buy frozen peppers. I happen to buy these at Trader Joe's at some time, but usually I'll buy fresh and then I'll slice them up and freeze them. So yeah, sometimes I always have some type of vegetables, peppers or onions on hand that are frozen. So I'm just gonna slice up this onion. And I was in the middle of cooking several things, but I was like, you know what? I'm about to make this, and this is pretty easy and something that other people can try out with their family. So, and I don't particularly care for onion. Most people who um, know me through watching some of my older videos know that about me. But I do like the flavor of onions. So I always, when I slice it, I always keep the slices big. That way, when it's done, I can just pull it out of my portion and it's not a big deal. So I'm just going to slice up half of this onion, just about half of it, and we're going to stick it in with the chicken. And like I said, this is something that you can put as much or as little or omit it altogether. If you just don't like onions, um, but you want the flavor, you can do an onion powder instead. The reason I only did the Tony's seasoning is because I knew I was going to put onions and peppers in my smothered chicken, so I didn't want to have too much seasoning on the chicken because tenderloins are not that big, so it doesn't take a whole lot to get them nice and seasoned. It doesn't take too much. You don't want to overdo it. So yeah, that's the reason why I did not use any other seasoning. So you're just gonna spread them, kind of break it up and spread your onion around all over the chicken. And then I'm just going to add butter, probably about, I don't know, 2 or so tablespoons of some butter. Just cut it up and spread it all around the chicken. After I get this onion put onto the chicken, I'm sorry. All right, and there we go with the onions and the peppers on there. And let's grab this butter so we can put some butter on there. Excuse me. And this is the butter I'm using. This is just the butter I had on hand. I typically just get this at Costco. So, but I like it, so that's the kind I'm using. Well, that's the kind I use. So I'm just gonna cut up a couple pieces and then just kind of spread it around all over the chicken. And butter just gives everything good flavor. So, this is not going to be like the healthiest meal, although butter is not particularly that unhealthy for you. It does have a lot of fat, but it's healthier than eating your margarine and stuff like that. So always remember that too. And it's probably no different than using olive oil or, um, something along that lines. So yeah, I'm just putting, several little pieces all over. And then what I'm going to do is put it in the oven for about 25-30 minutes at 350. I'm going to put it in there covered. So I'm going to cover the top of it with some foil. And then after it's cooked for about that long, I am going to come back and I'll show you what I do next. Because I don't start with, and this is just my way, I don't put any gravy or anything on there yet. Just for the smothering of it. So I will come back and show you what I do then. All right, guys. All right, guys, I just pulled it out the oven. It's been in there for 30 minutes. And now I'm going to put some gravy over top of it. So this is the gravy I'm going to use. You can use any kind. You can use jar or whatever. This is just what I have. It's something I got on a deal because I am a couponer. So I'm not that picky. It tastes good. And yeah, so we're just going to put it all over the chicken and make sure you get all of it out. So, excuse me, we're going to put it all over the chicken and then we're just going to make sure it gets all over. So we're going to take the spoon and kind of move our chicken around, make sure it gets down into the bottom because we're going to put it back in the oven. But this time we're going to put it in there uncovered and just kind of let it simmer in the gravy and the flavors. So, yeah. And just like I said, make sure it gets all around. Shift your pieces if you need to, if you find spots that, are kind of open and that, you can get your gravy on your chicken a little better. Just kind of make sure they're all kind of in good spots to make sure they're getting good and getting that good flavor all around. So yeah, we're going to put this back in the oven for about 20 minutes and then it will be done and I will be back. Alright guys, it's been in the oven for 20 minutes. As you can see, it's browned up on the top of some of the pieces that are towards the top. And you can serve this over rice or whatever. And there you go, there's smothered chicken. So, like I said, you could just get some rice, serve it over that, put that gravy on the rice. And it's really good, guys. So I hope you like this video.